I have 10 favorite products, and all but one, I believe, came from Amazon. And they were all very inexpensive. Well, maybe one was a little more than the others, but I think these are things that you might be interested in too if you don't yet have them. So let's just start off with number one. And I don't know about you, but I cannot sleep at night with my feet cold. If my feet are cold, I have to get up and put on socks. I can be cold everywhere else, but if it's cold when I get in bed and it's cold in the bedroom, which usually it is a little bit chilly, I just cannot go to sleep unless I have socks on. So I've always, when I was cold, would put on socks. But what's really funny is when I wake up the next morning, my socks are always on the floor next to where I sleep on the bed. So in my sleep, at some point, I've taken those socks off and just dropped them in my sleep because they were probably bothering me. I saw these and I thought, you know what? They're worth a try. And I am loving them. I'm loving them. Let me show you what they are. I have the bag because I just ordered some new ones. But you get 2 pair to a bag, but they're called Zen Toes. Have you heard of these? So it says they're fuzzy gel heel socks is what they're called. Moisturizing, one size fits most. They have a gel-lined heel. And by the way, this brand is a women-owned brand, And some proceeds, I guess, goes to support community rehabilitation. But it says they heal, soften, and soothe dry heels. Well, you know, many times I put lotion on my feet at night, especially when I'm wearing socks, to start off the night in. But basically, and this is what they look like. This pair is ready to be washed. And as you can see, they fit over your heel. And for some reason, when I'm cold, and maybe it's a mental thing, I don't know, but when I'm cold, this works really well for me. And they come in 2 individual packs. And the inside has on the actual heel part, I don't know if you can see it, but it has like a gel. It's to help moisturize. And as I said, you can put lotion on your feet or cream and still wear these. You do hand wash them. Don't put them in the washing machine. And there are instructions on how to take care of them, but they are so soft. They're just like a baby's fuzzy animal. That's what they feel like. I'm loving these. Highly recommend them. I'll show the price somewhere on the screen, and I will list them in the show more below this video, and I will pin them as the first comment under the video to make it easy for you to find any of these items if it's something that you think you might want to check out for yourself. Going on to number 2. And this did not come from Amazon, but I found this a couple of weeks ago, and I actually went back and bought another one. And it's a glass, a tumbler, I guess. But let me tell you, for years, I mean years, we have been using those Tervis tumblers for every day. We just have worn them out. We have so many of them. And I'm sure you know what Tervis tumblers are. And actually, there was a Tervis store in Panama City Beach where we lived before moving to Pensacola. And Tervis, if they get leaks or if anything happens to them, you can send them off and they will replace them. And when we were living there, I did send a couple of off, and then the pandemic started. And I couldn't go into the store, and it was just, again, because of the pandemic, you know, I don't have to tell you, it was hard to get out and do things, so I couldn't go to the post office. and just sort of put it back, and we continue to use them, and it's gotten to the point that almost everyone we own is sweating or the seal is broken, so they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I was in Home Goods, as I said, a couple of weeks ago, and I saw these. Look, and this has fingerprints all over it, but they're glass, and they are double walled, and this particular one has like dried flowers, and they had different ones, but they move around in there in between the walls, and it's just for decoration. Has the handle. I believe this is 15 ounces. I started drinking my tea, my water, mainly my water, because that's mainly all I drink out of this glass every single. Well, it's the only one I've used. And finally, a few days ago, I went back to Home Goods. I was hoping they would have them just plain, without the flowers in them, or it looks like baby's breath, without that in them. I just wanted some plain ones. They didn't. But they had a couple of more of these, and I did buy another one. Jim will never drink out of these, trust me. But anyway, I got this, and I believe you can use hot beverages in this too, so you could use hot tea or coffee or hot chocolate maybe. But they have these on Amazon. They don't have them with the flowers in them. I don't want the flowers in them, but I would like to have maybe a set of 4 just like these. And as I said, I've already checked and they do have them, and I am going to order them, and just to have for when we have company too. Because listen, even our company, when they came, they were drinking out of those Tervis tumblers or Tervis glasses, whatever they're called. But I love this. This is so patti, isn't it? I love it. I've banged it a little bit, and it's not cracked. It hasn't broken. It seems like, I'm sure that the glass is tempered, but they're just so cute. So doggone cute. Love them. And they make them without the handles also. The third thing has to do with cleaning my makeup brushes. And I have mentioned one of these items years ago. I showed them to you because I used it constantly. And then well over a year ago, I discovered another product for cleaning my makeup brushes, and it's called the Cinema Secrets. And I'm pretty sure I've shared this with you too. But let me show you first of all the first thing that I've been using. Well, I started using probably 8 or 9 years ago. And mine is called the Color Sweep. And it's has a lid so that you could close it. I never close it. And the sponge that's real rough. And I'll turn it over. And when you're doing your eyeshadows, your powder eyeshadows, and you have your brush, and let's say you have done your transition color or the darker color, and you don't want to change brushes, you just swipe your brush, and it swipes all of that color off, and then you can dip it in a lighter color and do that, and you never have to change. You can use this for your eyeshadows, your powder blushes, anything that's powder. It's just a great way to get all of the powder off. And every once in a while, I will take this out, and I don't know if you can see it, but there is some shadow down in there, powder, where it's gone through. And I wash these. I just run them under the sink, hot soapy water, and squeeze them out, and they're dry in no time, or that's dry in no time. So I rediscovered this about a month ago, and I've been using it every time I do my makeup. So I am loving this powder eyeshadows. Now, for my cream and liquid products, I don't want to use that sponge, and I found this Cinema Secrets. I used to spend forever washing my brushes. I would save them all up, really, until they were all dirty, and then I would spend like a Saturday morning washing brushes, and it took forever. I mean, forever. And I saw this a year or 2 years ago and thought, I'm going to try it, and it's the Cinema Secrets, and maybe you've heard of it. I'm sure this is petroleum based. It has a horrible smell to it, but it dissipates really fast. It says it's quick drying. It is. rinse-free formula. And you can buy it in the spray bottle, and you can buy refills. I love it. And let me show you how easy it is. This brush has probably, well, I know it does, the new CATRICE liquid foundation that I've been wearing lately, and I have it on now. And by the way, everything I'm wearing on my face, I will also list below for you. But what you do, I take an old hand towel, an old washcloth. I just keep it like right where I put my makeup on, and then I'll hold it up like this so that I'm not spraying this everywhere. And I spray just 2 or 3 good sprays, and then look. And if I've only used this brush maybe a day or 2 days, that's all I have to do. If I've used it more than that, you know, I might have to respray it. But that's it. And it's dry, and I'm ready to use it again. Cinema Secrets. And again, you use so little of it that it's pricey. It's a little bit pricey when you purchase it originally, but you use so little of it that it goes a long, long way. And I love not having to stand and scrub my makeup brushes on a Saturday morning. And then I have to put them outside in the sun so that they'll dry. And if it's not a warm, sunny day, it's going to take a while for them to dry. So I'm loving this. Love it. And I love this. This is just $4 or $5. You can buy these with in other brand names. I think even Elf has one. But they're, you know, like I say, $4 or $5. You can find them a lot of places. But I know they have them on Amazon, so I will list it for you also on Amazon. Number 4. Number 4 is a coffee pot. Coffee pot. And I am the only one in this household who drinks coffee. And I don't drink it every single day. And when I do drink it, I only drink 1 cup. I mean, many years ago, when the Keurigs came out, I bought one of the little 1 cup Keurigs. And I used that thing for years. And then it got grody and I got tired of it. About 2 years ago, I purchased one of the little cones that you can do pour-overs with to make so that I could just make 1 cup of coffee. And I liked it. I liked it just fine. I could just get up in the mornings and put water in my teapot and have a cup of coffee in just no time. But I was getting sort of tired of that. And I thought, wonder if there are any small coffee pots. And I have a really big coffee pot that lives in the pantry, and I pull it out when we have company. But I wanted something just small that would just for me. So I went on Amazon, and oh my goodness, when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. It is so cheap looking and not expensive, but it is just the cutest thing you've ever seen. And it comes in so many colors. It took me a long time. I almost ordered 2 because I couldn't decide if I wanted the blue one or if I wanted the yellow one. I have a yellow kitchen, and that yellow one was so cute, but I ordered the blue. And I love it. It makes 4 cups, but you can just make 1 cup. And it's cheap, thin plastic. It does not have a cutoff, so once you turn the power on for it to start brewing the coffee, when you get your cup, it'll stay hot as long as you don't turn it off. But I am only drinking 1 cup, so as soon as I pour my cup, I go ahead and turn it off right then so that it won't burn the house down. But I've had it maybe 2 or 3 months, and I'm loving it. It just brightens up the kitchen. It took me a few times making coffee in it to get the ratio just right from coffee to water. But I did. I know now exactly what I know. I know how to make it exactly the way I like it for 1 cup. And I'm telling you, I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. Jim does not drink coffee. He doesn't drink hot tea. Jim doesn't drink hot chocolate. He does not like any hot beverage, period. Will not drink it. So I'm the only one. And I love it. Okay, and it had pretty good reviews on Amazon. Several people said it's cheap, meaning it's flimsy, and it is, but the cuteness takes over. And again, it's not expensive at all. We're to number 5. Okay, I want to thank Emily, and many of you know Emily here on YouTube. I saw Emily review this, and I bought it. And I will tell you that in my old life for 26 years, I was very busy all the time with my job, with my personal life, with Jennifer raising her, and I was addicted to planners. I planned every minute of every day. I had to write it down and check it off or I would forget it. I don't care what it was. And the last thing I did before I went to bed every night is I would check my planner. And for those of you who have been out in that world, you probably have heard, it started off, they were called the Franklin planner. And it by far is the best planner I had ever used. And at some point a few years later, Covey bought it. So it was then the Franklin Covey planner. Same planner, just a different name. Very expensive, but you could use, they had different binders and you could use the same binder year after year after year and you just replace the whole inside. And I replaced everything except my address book because I could use that. That never changed. And you could buy, too, just the sections of it that you wanted. But all of my friends and my family knew that if anything ever happened to me, my life was in that planner. When I retired, I no longer needed it. And I have bought so many day timers or day runners or different little planner type notebooks that I have used, and I always bought the dated ones, and I just have never found anything that I would keep up. And I saw Emily Noel review this, and it was like the light bulb went off, and it came from Amazon. And it's by Bright Day Company, and it's called the Daily To-Dos. And there are a couple of different binders. This was my favorite, obviously. It's flowers. But I'll go over because I don't want you to see. But it's not dated. That's what I like about it. That's why it's working for me. So it has, you can just circle, and you don't have to use it every day. That's what I really like. I can, if I have nothing going on one day, I just don't even don't put anything in it for that day. But it's got the days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through. So I circle that date, and then it has the actual date of the today, whatever day. And then, and by the way, let me start and say that I keep a calendar on our refrigerator that it's one of those flip ones, and I have all of the birthdays, and when we make appointments or have when we're traveling, I put it on there, and that's my master. But then I take this, and I like it. If something's going on for today, I will start one of these pages the day before, and so it has the day of the week, today's date, and then this column says to do today. So I can list whatever I need to do and the times. And then it says I am grateful for. And I love being able to just write a word or two of what I'm grateful for that day. Pick up today. I rarely use that. Sometimes I'll write notes in it. Meals and snacks, if you're keeping up with what you're eating, and your water. You can keep up with your water. And then these are times to remember, I guess, if something is at a certain time. Today I'm taking Biscuit at 3:30 to the veterinarian. It's time for his Bordatello, so he's going to get that. So on my today one, that's there. And then fitness. When I'm walking, you know, remind myself to, I don't have to remind myself to walk, but there's a fitness one. But I can make notes. Jim laughs and tells people that I always have a notepad beside me or some kind of a little book that I can write in when we're watching TV, or if I'm sitting there with my iPad in my lap. I'm constantly writing down things that I see that I think I want to remember. So, but I can write here too. And one thing I do like about it is on the very back page is it has a little pocket, as you can see right here. And these are just little thin, I think they come in packs of 3 at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. They're just things that I can write if I need to make more notes. I have that in the very back. And again, it's a great size. That will go in my purse if I need to take it. But I love this. I love the whole concept of it. And if you're like me, if you like to keep a planner of some sort, I think you'll like this, especially as we're retired. So love it. And thank you, Emily Noel, for showing us that. I know y'all go and buy things that I show, and I buy things that many other content creators show. I didn't know they existed until I see them. That might be a good video. Didn't know this existed. All right, that was number 5. Number 6. And I've had this for a few months, and it's actually my second one. It's a little diffuser. I'm telling you, I love these. I think I showed the first one I got in a video a couple of years ago, but it takes water and it takes essential oils. Only if you want to put them in there. You don't have to. But I always use something really nice smelling. I love just orange, just plain old orange by itself. And that's what I use 98% of the time, probably. But I just run that little thing a lot. Almost every morning I will run it. And both of the ones, I'm not sure if that first one I bought is still available on Amazon. They both came from Amazon. I'm almost positive the newest one is still on Amazon. And of everything I've shown you today, that is probably the most expensive thing that I'm showing you today. It's a little bit pricey. I want to say it's around $30 or $40, but I love it. I just love it. It changes to all these different beautiful colors, and you can even stop it and keep it on one color in particular that you like. So I just love it. I'm not using any artificial room freshener sprays or anything like that. It cuts off automatically when it runs out of water. And I tell you, some of these things, I think, when I'm using them, I think, I need to tell my ladies and guys about this. I need to remember to tell them about this. So that's what this video is. Number 7. This is brand spanking new, and I am loving it. And it is a new phone case. I'm still using my old, this is an iPhone, and it's the 12 Max Pro, I think. I think that's what it is. So it's old. And I still absolutely love this phone. And I'm going to keep it until it dies or until I can no longer update it. I just love it. But I like replacing my case every so often. And my old case was getting sort of dirty looking, and I decided to get a new case. And I love flowers again. Hey, look. I love flowers, so. And it was probably $10. I think I showed you this. I'm not sure, maybe last fall. So in our living room, we have those glass doors that you go out of onto our screened-in back porch. And we have just one of those old metal screen doors that then goes out into our little backyard. And Biscuit, in order for Biscuit to go out, if it's a pretty day and we can just leave those glass doors open, we leave the glass doors open. But for him to get outside, we would actually have to get up and go open that door and let him out. And then when he's ready to come back in, close it again. And we were just in and out, in and out. And then we decided at some point to just leave, on pretty days, just to leave that screen door open all day so that he could come and go as he wanted to. Well, what happened is we had birds flying in, and we have a lot of plants on our screen porch, and they were building nests in the plants, and there were baby birds. So, and then we started to get squirrels in the screen porch, and they are even harder to get out than the birds. So we knew we had to do something. And I saw these, and I went on Amazon because I love ordering from Amazon, and I ordered one. And it's called a magnetic screen, and I'm replacing our original one. But what this does is it hangs across your door, and it's just like Velcro tape. The backside of it sticks all the way around, and then you Velcro the screen itself onto that strip that goes all the way around. And it's split down the middle, and it's magnets. And with no trouble whatsoever, you just touch it and it will open. I mean, you don't have to do anything. Just Biscuit just walks right through it. Like it's not even there. I was a little bit concerned when we first got it as to whether or not he could learn how to just use it. When we were getting and by the way, I want to say this is just a regular door size because that's the size of that door that we're using it on. But they make it in different sizes. And I want to say this size was like $20. But when our guys were here doing our new floors the past a few weeks ago, they were bringing tile in and out. They set up back on our patio outside that screen porch, and one of them one day, the corner of the edge of the tile caught that screen and tore it. And he was so apologetic and offered to pay for it. And I said, no, no, $20. So I went ahead right then and ordered it. And it's been in for a little while, but I haven't gotten out there yet and put it up. But if you live in an apartment or a condo, townhouse, or anywhere, a regular house, and it's pretty outside, and you'd like to have your doors open, but you don't want to have the bugs coming in, mosquitoes. And that was one thing. Even on pretty nights, we would sit out on that porch and watch TV because we do have a TV out there. And because we would leave that screen door open for Biscuit to come and go, I was eat up with mosquito bites. So since we've had this up, I've not had a mosquito bite from sitting out there. Yay! I highly recommend this. Highly recommend it. And they're so inexpensive, and they're so easy to put up. I put it up myself. I mean, listen, you can do it. You can do it. Next to the last thing I want to show you is something that Jim and I have been using probably 10 or 11 years. And I probably have shown it to you a long, long time ago, but it's something that we use every single day. We travel with it. We will not take a trip without this. We each have it in our cars. I keep it in my purse. We are fanatics about using it. And it's hand sanitizer, but it's not just your average hand sanitizer, the gels that we see everywhere. One of us found this on Amazon all those years ago and ordered it, and that's when we really knew that it's something we would probably always use. It's by Clorox, of all people, and it's the bleach-free hand sanitizer. This is the little bottles. This is the 2 fluid ounce bottle, you can see. So it in my purse. I have it in I have one in the glove compartment. I have one in the console, and then I have one in my side door in my car. Jim has it in his car. He has it in his golf bag. We always have this with us. What makes this different from all the others is that it also kills the norovirus. It's called Clorox Commercial Solution. And it says it kills greater than 99.999% of germs on contact. It contains a hand moisturizer and it's alcohol-based. Now, when you think of Clorox, you think of bleach, but this is bleach-free. So it won't affect your clothes if it gets on it. And it's like water. It's the consistency of water. And it dries instantly, and it doesn't leave your hands feeling dry. Your hands feel moisturized when you use it. When we go in a restaurant, especially fast food, or we eat very little fast food, but any place we go in, literally, I look at the flatware, and many times I have washed the flatware with this. Now, this actually was made for restaurant kitchens, and this is how I buy it. When we first bought it, we bought like a dozen of these. I think you could get a dozen of these little bottles, and we were giving them to everybody we knew, our friends and our kids, and we were all of a sudden out, and I started looking, and I realized on Amazon too that you could buy it, and this just came in. You could buy it. This is what fits in their big dispensers in the kitchens in restaurants for them to wash their hands with. And so I buy this and refill the bottles. Every once in a while I'll buy, when these bottles, we've refilled them so many times over the years that they're getting worn out. So every once in a while I'll buy, like another set of the full of this 2-ounce size, and just, again, we sort of start all over, and I always have this so that I can fill these bottles, and we always have this with us. We just love it. It has become such a habit with us. When both of us, when we get out to fill our gas tanks, the first thing we do when we get back in the car is we grab this and we spray this, and then we both will spray it on our hands and then wipe down our steering wheel even. Don't know what I would do without this. And I will say that after the pandemic started, we couldn't buy it. Luckily, I had just bought a new big size like this before the pandemic, so we at least had a supply, but it was a long time before I could actually reorder it. Number 10, and the last thing that I want to share with you is something that I do not personally own. However, I have ordered it for someone, and I'm getting ready to order it for someone else, and I am going to order one for myself. It's a book. And I heard about this book from a fellow content creator here on YouTube, Sandra Salin. And this is a book that was written by her nephew. And the morning she reviewed it, there was someone near and dear to me who was in a really bad place. And I ordered it for them and had it sent to them. And they loved it. They absolutely loved it. But I'm going to get it for myself. It's called, I'm going to I have my iPad in front of me, but it's called A Quiet Place to Land. And it's by Rex Wilder. And as I said, this is Sandra's nephew. And I will list Sandra's channel down below if you do not watch Sandra. I think you will love her. So what it says about the book, and by the way, Sandra had the book and showed it. It is the most beautiful book you can imagine. But this says, recently released from the hospital that treated him through a mental collapse, award-winning poet and photographer Rex Wilder began going for daily walks around California's Venice canals. It was on these walks that he started photographing birds and experimenting with digital overpainting as a tool to re-image his photographs. This process helped recharge his spiritual battery and pave a path to mental wellness. A Quiet Place to Land is a collection of these reimagined photographs paired with Rex's lyrical, earnest reflections with an introduction by Molly Corcoran. Inspired by early 20th century pictorialist, Rex transforms his photographs one digital brushstroke at a time, pulling to the forefront the things that feel most important, thereby creating lasting moments of joy, connection, and safety, glimmers and reflections that he can share with others. Perhaps this book will provide you with a moment of solace to sit and observe beauty. Sometimes a moment is enough. Oh gosh, turn this around and maybe this is just one. Look at that. And at the very top it says, "Take my hand, friend, and I will lead you nowhere." The pictures are beautiful. And this one says, "When I need solace, I sit down on a bench where silence joins me like a good friend. Later, we walk home together." It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Sandra, and thank you, Rex. I will tell you that it comes in hardcover and paperback. The hardcover is $125. The paperback is $35. I ordered the paperback, but the paperback is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I loved it. I loved it. And as I said, the person who received it from me just raved about how beautiful it was and how helpful it was. So, again, thank you, Sandra. Listen, one of the favorite things I've ever done in my life is shopping. I've always loved to shop. I've had girlfriends that I could shop with. My daughter is a big shopper. We've always shopped together. I've always loved to shop. And over the past years, it's like, I don't care to shop. I like the idea of shopping. I like the idea of buying things, but I don't like to physically get out there and go from store to store to store. I do from time to time, but I would so much rather buy things online if I can. If it's a place that I trust, a place that makes it easy. I have been QVC and Home Shopping customer since they started those shopping channels that long. And one of the reasons with those is because I worked so much that I actually didn't have time to go shopping like sometimes I would like to. If I wanted things, I had to order them, and that was just an easy way. They made returning things easy. And oh my gosh, did they ever have flex pay so that the payments could be divided up. But with Amazon coming along, and I feel the same way about Amazon. I trust. I read reviews like crazy. I look at how many of an item was sold, and I look at the good reviews and I look at the bad reviews before I make a decision. And almost single thing I've ever bought from Amazon, I could return. They just make it easy, and I get my money back or an exchange. I like the convenience of it, of shopping from my home, and the reviews on Amazon are verified. They're verified, and Home Shopping and QVC too. You can't leave a review unless you've purchased it. So. All right, that's it. Listen, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to be good to yourselves so that you can be good to others. Know that I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.